Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and it's good morning time. Hello, and good morning. I'm here for Girlfriends. Last week on Girlfriends, we went to the pool. We did all of the things that I expected out of the pool episode: bikinis, fan service, really intricately expressed and explored fan service that I thought was like solid and cool and good and sexy, but like in a meaningful way and like a reasonable way for the characters that are there, and like it was all over a good time, and it ended with our characters feeling more connected to each other, really seriously, standing up for each other as girlfriends being girlfriends, and um um learning to respect themselves a little bit. It was pretty good. So, now that the pool date is done, there is one more girlfriend that I think we're getting in the show. I don't think we're getting any more other than this because of the way that the OP is and all of that, but there's one more girlfriend, and I know the title for this episode is Saying Hello to the Chemistry Girl, so there is a tiny person who explodes, and that's what we know about her, and she explodes, and that's it. That's all I've got. I want to meet this character. I want to find out how Rentaro exists with this character, and how they're going to fall in love, and what the spiel is going to be, and how we're going to differentiate this one so dramatically from all the others. Um, I'm looking forward to watching 100 Girlfriends. It's been really helpful for me in maybe in a weird way, and I feel comfortable, maybe like 80% comfortable mentioning it, at least vaguely. Um, I'm in the midst of some conflict with my partner over the last couple days. It's been kind of rough, and I want to come at that conflict and at our relationship in a really like in a way that's both serious and lighthearted, and is is aimed at the good, is aimed at just being good in the moment, like doing the thing that feels right to support each other, to support another person, to be loving. And this show has helped me a lot with just existing as a representation of that in a simple, heartfelt way. Um, it's not like ReZero where it's complicated and trying to dive into the internal psychology of the characters in a really serious sense. It's more surface level than that, and I appreciate it for that. Because sometimes I don't have the capacity or the desire to go that deep. And sometimes what I really need is just like a daily or weekly reminder that it's good to be good. Um, that love exists and that there's joy in it and stuff like that. I'm struggling a little bit right now, and that's okay. I'm okay with struggling, and I'm okay with figuring out what the right thing to do is and with taking my time. But I really appreciate this show for just being so good. And I don't mean like, oh, what a good show. I mean, I appreciate this show for representing goodness. It's one of the things that I really crave out of media is representations of characters and people that I can look up to. Whether that's heroic protagonists going and fighting, demons that represent potentially the great struggles in reality, or whether it's, sports characters struggling to overcome themselves, or whether it's Rentaro putting in the effort to be a really, really good partner. Because I want to be a hero who fights in the world a little bit, and I want to be someone who struggles with himself in order to become better, and I want to be a really good partner. So maybe it's a silly place to learn that from anime, but when I mix it all together with, like sincere investigations into my own trauma, sincere attempts to understand attachment and how mind works. When I mix all of that in, sometimes it's enough and sometimes something else has to catalyze it. And so often shows, pieces of media like this, take the information that is floating around in my brain and catalyze it, turn it into something else, into comprehension, into action. There's like an emotional chemistry. I didn't mean for this to come around this way, but I'm gonna make the connection now that I made the connection, because God, it's beautiful. There's an emotional chemistry that happens as though all of the reagents are sitting there in my brain, and just need to get over that activation threshold, right? Because like a lot of reactions won't happen without a little bit of added energy. You can put all the right compounds together and let them sit in a beaker and nothing happens. And then you shake it and they go, whoo, and it happens. Weirdly, the media is like stirring the beaker or shaking the beaker. It shows us the representations and the things in a sort of dream world, in a place where they make sense narratively outside of the self. And something about that allows what's going on inside to click together and to become coherent. Sometimes, not always. But I really value it for being there for that. It's part of a long list of shows that have had that kind of impact on me. It's part of the reason that I don't think I'll ever stop watching shows like this. Because this learning process is never done, never anywhere near it. And even when the show is representing something that I already understand deeply, the process of going through it and comprehending that new iteration, that new example of it, it reinforces and it allows me to like go through what I think and what I believe and like defragment it, like take it apart and put it back together in the context of the new piece of media and re-examine it from new angles and reshape it for the future, like keep it maintained, if there are pieces of it that aren't working anymore, it lets me sort of figure out what they are and dismiss them and toss them away and add new things in their places to reorganize. I think it's important. I think it's powerful. And I'm really grateful for it. So let's go ahead and watch some Yakado. There's a tiny red-headed chemistry girl who's going to explode her way into our hearts. And I'm here for it. I'm ready for it, and I hope you are too. So let's go ahead and dive on in to episode 7. I've got episode 7 up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there will be available in the description down there, and the timer-based version, which you're currently watching, will be up on the YouTube. There'll be a beep timer to count you down, and there will be early access to the next episode or episodes. That'll be on the Patreon, linked in the description. Thanks so much for joining me for this. I hope that we learn and explore and experience and think and feel over the course of this episode, and I'm really excited to do those things along with you. Let's go for it. Beep timer. Five super pancakes? Huh? What the? Ka-ching! She doesn't look tiny. She doesn't look like a tiny child. Just a pancake smoothie? Wait, she's like bodaciously banging and oh. And busty and built. What the fuck? I thought this was a tiny child person. What happened? Maybe a chemistry thing will go wrong. Or maybe there's something weird and mysterious going on. I just noticed that there was a bottle of pills in there. Chemistry lab. Oh yes, there will be chemistry here. Unme no hito. Oh, so the change has happened. Nani the fuck? So he's not gonna recognize her as her, right? Yeah. Yakuzen Kusuri. Kusuri means like trash. And this is like. Oh. Phew! Uh-oh. Wait. Don't sip the tea. It might not be tea. Okay, it might be tea. It might not be tea. Whoa. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. There's a significant problem with having your blood want to stick to itself. There's a very big problem with your blood wanting to stick to itself. You don't try the meth. Your blood is magnetized. Eyeballs stick together. It all coagulates in your chest. Oh god. Gonna get whomped together. Why was she big? You're gonna get stuck together. It's extremely cute. I mean, it's extremely cute, but what the fuck? The enormous ahoge in a heart. You're not gonna be able to get off. I'm already overwhelmed. What do you mean it's good? Oh no. Demo daijoubu da. Huh? Well, when you're gonna Fetish unlocked. Fetish acquired. Oh no. No. You know what? I think we're good. Size up and size down. Gender swap. I think you did. A little bit. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Well, that's straightforward as fuck. Just give you a love potion and make it both ways. Fuck. I think it might be because you made him drink 2 potions. He wants to do it for real. Because he wants to, he knows what love is. I think he just wants to do it genuinely without a love potion in the mix. The eyes warbling. Shit. They go sideways. They go sideways. It's so fucking funny. They go sideways in the midst. Yeah! I want to be able to consent. What the fuck? I haven't had fun like that since Bochi. Mouth to mouth. Yes. Bipping. Safe. Yeah, but we kissed. Aww, because it wasn't the love potion. You didn't need that. Aww. We don't need no drugs. Maximum love. Okay, then explain why you were big. Oh, because the potion, because the reversal potion? Yeah, I was thinking that might not fit. Praise be. So why do you make yourself a tiny girl? Why do you do this? It made her a bodacious bang and bang baby. Oh. An hour's enough. An hour's plenty. Sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. An hour's plenty. Yeah, and other things. Yeah, but what about the other kind of experiment? We can keep it like this for a little bit, right? Yes. Yes! Togeza. The puns are so good. Yeah, that tracks. Don't ruin the illusion. Don't ruin the illusion. Which form is she in? Oh, hello. Sticky. Optimal efficiency unlocked. Vibes. Yeah, that's the bar. What? Oh my god. You don't want it? Of course he wants it. For her hair? They're all so accurate. Flip and flop. Oh, but how is that possible? Hakari's already absurdly sexy. Oh god. This is actually a problem. It's such a funny framing of what oh my god. Oh my god. Such a funny framing of what she thinks sexy means. Why is she sweaty and slippery? Oh! Aww. Aww. Yeah. These fucking perverts. All these fucking dumbass perverts. Not the intended consequence, but we'll take it. What do we got? The what? I don't get the words. Oh my god. Bun bun. Gonna become a bunny girl. Now those should be permanent. Ah, yes, just like that. Whoa. Fat. Warukunai. Of course. Aww. Aww. Weird. Hair hugs. Efficiency. No wasted effort. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Here, have superpowers. Whoa! Whoa. Nope. She could rock it. She could rock it. Hmm. Honestly, especially if you're possessed by an alien. Aww. Aww. Yeah, we haven't had Carnainda take hers. I really... Maybe she'll take it when she's alone because she'll be embarrassed. That would be really fucked up. Applying to the Dream Research Team? Oh, here we go. Please not in the diaper. No! Pink, 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 pink. I wonder what happens if we get them wrong. What if it's wrong? What if we're wrong? What did we just tee? Kusuri, Kusuri. Oh, it's been mixed. Brutalist, chic, yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, all you had to do was ask. That's easy to accomplish. But now the other 4 girls are gonna freak out. Yeah. Whoosh. Yeah. The others. Oh no. Uncontrollable. Monsters. This is gorgeous. Chew. Chew. They're zombies. They're zombies. Oh shit. Messed up and pushed everyone away from being too interested in weird drugs. Oh god. Oh god. Just give them the smooches. Just give them the smooches. Give them what they want. Okay. Oh, it doubles up. Oh shit. Nothing but kiss. All is kiss. They're kiss monsters. Zombies. Awesome. I think I've seen this hentai. Forever. It sounds great. Yeah. Choo, 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 choo. Absurd. Fuck. All in unison. All doing Thriller. Wow, it's a two-parter. It's a two-parter, y'all. I didn't expect it to be a two-parter, but I was already thinking before it was a two-parter that maybe we would end up watching two. So I'm going to pause it right there, because we only got a couple things that I want to mention before we jump into the two-part. Her big form is really hot. That's interesting. The drug obsession is really funny, and not what I expected from this chemistry monster. She's really cute, and her method of manipulating people is really scary. I think that the visual language of this episode might be the strongest so far, with all of the cut-in gags and things like this, and the overall flow of it. It's really hard to put a finger on exactly why, but there are things like this, the piss becoming in the diaper, becoming the watering can, becoming outside, becoming disgusting from somebody else's perspective, jumping back to here is like super interesting. I think that the episode just shines. It just shines. It sparkles with an energy that has been throughout the rest of the series, but is really, really potent here. I'm really curious who episode directed this one, and I'm gonna look that up before anything else. Satoshi Shimizu storyboarded it. That's a name that I recognize. And Ryuta Yamamoto episode directed these two episodes. Looking through, I see that Yamamoto is a unit director for Quintessential Quintuplets, but overall, other than that, it's just like scattered episode direction credits across a bunch of different shows. I think that's really interesting. I think this episode stands out a lot to me. Similarly, I see Satoshi Shimizu as like all over the place storyboarding and episode directing, but nothing that stands out to me as like indicative of where this episode's identity comes from, really. Interesting. Okay. No real insights there, but that's okay. I just think every piece of the episode lands really extraordinarily. Everything from the silliness, like, it's just in the way her head is offset and the thumbs up, but this is kind of a meme on its own. Like, it's silly. It's every element, from the way it's drawn to the way that we bounce between scenes, to the backgrounds, to the flow between things, really nails it throughout this episode, I think. Oh, yeah, I gotta mention that this happens. It's so off-putting. The whole bazonkas and boobs and butt scene is so fucking off-putting. Oh, and it's on ones. Okay, and it's animated hyper smoothly on ones, which is part of why it looks like that. Good God. I feel like it's a direct reference to something horrifying. It's horrifying. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do like this. It's very good. Very, very good. Kind of walks an interesting line on our last episode's fan service discussion. Because the point of it is like the embarrassment of a character who's unclothed without their consent, but it's the frame of the actual event that occurs in moments. So there's so much going on in this episode. Kusuri comes in and catalyzes everybody else's relationships. She alters everything. Like, Shizuka came in and created a little bit of tension with everybody else, but just barely. Nano came in and there was like a little bit of an impact that had on everyone else's relationship, but just barely. Each of those relationships has kind of been on its own situation. But this one comes in and shatters everything and mixes everything up and like points at and has influence on each of the other relationships. Partly because she brings drugs for everybody, but also because of like the way that the narrative flows. So yeah, and it only comes together here at the end, where she goes for her own cuteness and her own proximity. And her plan backfires because she's again being manipulative. There's something really important here that we have to mention, is like, Kusuri doesn't ask for the things that she wants. She acquires the things that she wants via manipulation, via the drug medium that is the only one that she knows how to use. That's really interesting. It's an issue when people have needs and they don't think that they can get those needs met by asking for them or communicating them directly. The only option is to manipulate. Manipulation is the language of the powerless, of the person who thinks that they don't have the ability to ask for what they want. and get it. And so you have to take a side path. And I've been learning a lot about this because these are traits that are patterns that we build into ourselves really early on in childhood because we rely on our caregivers and we have to get our needs met, and we'll do whatever it takes to make that happen because otherwise we die. I don't know what Kusuri's deal is, but the frame that she enters more than once is that she doesn't think that asking Rentaro to kiss her, for example, or communicating actively her feelings will work. She has to use a substance in order to make it happen. She has to drug Rentaro with a love drug in order for him to fall in love with her. She has to give him a kissy smoochy drug in order for him to want to kiss her. When these things are patently, to us as the audience, silly, they're ridiculous, and even manipulative in a negative way that is detrimental to the relationship. But there's something underlying that I want to mention, and I think we see it in the beginning frames, or in those moments when she sees everyone despairing, gone and done it again, and everyone leaves her. I think this is where that sources from in our narrative here, is that there's this moment of rejection, and so she's internalized that she's bad, and there's something about her that will be rejected, and that unless she uses manipulative means to get people to like her, people won't like her. Unless she lies or fakes it or changes them, they won't like her, because there's something fundamentally wrong with her. I think this is important to highlight, and I'm really curious to see whether we allow this piece of the story to blossom at all in the next episode. So I think that's all that I really wanted to say here. We've got Kisu zombies coming after your boy, and we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the next episode. So give me a second. I'm going to reshake everything up, and then we'll watch the next episode of Hyakano. See you in a second. Peace. All right, we're back, and we're here to kiss, kiss, fall in love. Kiss zombie panic. Bunch of goop has gotten into our girls, and they want to smooch, and their brains are going to turn into smooch zombies if they don't get fixed real soon. Probably Rentaro's going to have to, like, mouth-to-mouth them the kiss juice in order to make them safe. That sounds good. And maybe hot. Beep beep timer. Zombie. 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 Kiss biohazard. They translated it to resident hazard. Okay. Oh, helping each other up to go for the kisses. Poink. It's really funny. It's really funny. Mmm. Chew. Chew. Dope. Oh, I'm so yawny this morning. I'm sorry. Such dramatic music. Fight for their lives. I'm expecting them to, like, slap into the windows. Yeah. Ah, shit. At the pass. Whoa. Whoa. I like their faces. Oh. Hi, Shizuka. Keep up. At least she hasn't had the... At least she hasn't had the hair medicine. Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. Oh, good. Oh. To the humans? No, a lot of foundation. A lot of foundation. Wait. Science can't beat monsters? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, what if we split? You could lead them away. You could save Kusuri. Noble sacrifice. Choo, choo, choo. For now. Aww. Aww. That's so funny. That's so funny. Going back and saving your psychopathic zombie girlfriend is so funny. No! Choo? Choo? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. You've been caught. Choo? 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 Just let her have it. Choo? Maybe she'll be healed afterward. Or maybe she's gonna suffocate you. Choo? She's gonna suffocate you. Choo? Yep, there's no ending this one. It's really cute. Kind of extremely sexy, too. But, like, in a very deeply understated way. Yep. I give up. Yeah, I give up. I'll die. You know what? Honestly, I'll die. This is fine. Choo? Choo? What? Choo? Choo? It's overwhelmingly cute. Alright, each one in turn. Choo! Hakari is really scary. Choo 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 choo. Oh god. might not be able to get away from this one. Oh, and they're taking turns. That's good. Good girls. Good girls taking turns. Good. Sharing is caring. Choo. Choo. All right, I'll die. I'll die. I'll die. Okay, I'll die. You know what? Fuck it, I'll die. Yeah, but do you even want to? Oh, are they fighting with each other? They are fighting with each other. Some things never change. You gotta slip away. Threesome unlocked. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He figured it out. He figured it out. My guy, you don't know what you've unlocked. My guy, you don't know what you've unlocked here. You don't understand, Rentaro. No, keep staring. We can stay right here, man. We can stay right here. We can just watch this. No? Okay. Darn. All right, we got a Nano, and that's a problem because she is fit and has hyper hair and might use it. Efficient. She knew where you were going. She knew where you were going. Choo choo. Choo. Choo choo. Spring. Is she in here? Hey, at least you haven't been caught. This is cute. Stuck in a locker. No, you gotta run and and pull aggro. Yeah, dude, you just gotta go pull aggro. She is smart. Draw aggro. Yeah. Hmm. 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 She's all alone. We don't want you to throw away yourself. What you got? Hey? We used it on Nano. Just sudden Pokemon, amazing. Wah! Is she gonna go kiss her? Oh, she's just gonna make herself big. Kisu. We're just real close. Hot? Hello. Hmm. Is that twine? Hmm. Hot. Of course Nano understands bondage. Now what? Yeah, now what? Yeah, with the power of my love. But she's all tied up. What's the plan here, Rentaro? The full nightmarish horror film. Oh shit. Here's Nano. Fully made the joke. That's great. Here's Nano. Chew. Chew. Praise be. Chew. Alright, we can die. It's fine. We got our kisses in. The music in this episode has been on point. That's really fucking funny. That's really fucking funny. God damn. Joe William, Mike Zed. Chew. 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 Oh. It worked. Oh, she probably reverted to small. That's what he realized. He realized if he could distract her, then she'd get small and get out of the ropes. That's incredibly hot. Yeah, everything is medicine. Wah, wah. だからね. You wanted the kisses. Kiss, kiss. Choo, choo, choo. No! No! Damn it! We entered into the promised land. It's been taken away from us. I guess. Yes, this is true. But that's okay. They're gonna be like, everybody got to kiss Rentaro. They're gonna be happy about that. Maybe. I'll be here for you even if it's fucked. He finds the source of her fear and steps out to support her in it. I don't like that being. I think that is what Bisho Bisho means. Yeah. Really love drugs. Today's lesson, drugs are good. Do drugs, kids. Holy fuck. That was the wildest ride. That was the wildest ride of this show so far. I think this second episode, like the same way that the first one of these two was visually really interesting, I think the second one was like aurally really interesting. The audio, the music was like horror film chic and managed to smash all these genres really powerfully. I thought that was really cool. Show's good. Show's good. Kusuri fucks up. No doubt, right? And there's a fracture that's formed between her and Rentaro, and between all of them, really. Same way that clearly it's happened before for her. She's done things like this because of her silliness and focus on drugs and some elements of that difficulty relating to people that we saw and talked about around using the drugs and maybe manipulation there. It's no surprise that Kusuri has pushed people away before, and it's no surprise that she's really scared of doing that again here, given that she really cares about Rentaro. That's like a 1-to-1 to my current situation in the real world with my real partner. Is that my real partner is really scared of pushing me away. To the point that they do things that are silly and like desperate. Like a feeling that there's like a need to act right now immediately, otherwise everything is going to explode. And it's that kind of like desperate action that creates rifts between us. Because it gets chaotic and hard for me to comprehend. Hard for me to reconcile. But at the core of it, I love this person and I want to. And I want to I want to be able to support them in pursuing love and pursuing connection, even if the ways that gets pursued are flailing or fumbling or stumbling. It takes a lot of effort and work, I think, to see someone's intentions even when their actions don't line up. Like someone can intend to do something that brings you closer together and it can push you apart. And in the wake of that, it's possible to evaluate that and recognize the pushed apartness and recognize the intent that was behind it and forgive the actions and understand where they were coming from and reframe and see the love in the mistakes. Up until that happened in this episode, I didn't really think that I'd meet my goal of like taking something important away from this episode or this pair of episodes, like really deeply important for right now in my relationship. And then it hit it at the end, and it's all I can think about. All I can think about is Kusuri saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That this was all my fault, that this is what I do, that this is how I am, and it pushes people away, and I don't know what to do about it. Because it's almost exactly what someone said to me last night. So now I have a challenge. I'm not Rentaro, and my situation is not this situation. So how do I figure out a way to say or express that How do I figure out a way to align myself with that kind of action, with that kind of behavior that we just witnessed? Taking this like, what is a recognition of a mistake? Yes, Kusuri made a mistake, but then it blossoms out from there. It's like, in recognition of this mistake, I think of all the other mistakes that I've made in the past and the way that those have caused people to abandon me. And so what we have here is that I've fucked you all over. And this is implied, and I'm putting it in there because it works for my situation. It's not necessarily in the text. And because I've made this mistake, I'm going to push you all away and lose my chance at this relationship. I'm going to lose my chance at my friendships with all of you. So I'm so sorry. And what Rentaro is able to do is be like, yeah, you made a mistake, but also it doesn't have to stay that way. And you made efforts to change it, and that matters a lot. It's okay. There's no harm, no foul. It's fine. And she's like, but, and it's like, but I'm bad. But I'm bad, and I did bad, and you should be treating me like I'm bad. I'm sorry. Just push me away already. Like, that's what it's gonna be, right? That's how this goes. Just push me away already. And his response is, I won't. I'll stand with you and I'll fix these things. I'll support this thing that you care about, even though the way that you do it causes mistakes. Like, the fact that you care about it and love it and are trying is part of why I love you. It converts this, like, fear of abandonment to being like, no, this is why you're cherished. And they all respond like, damn, he's good at this. And so do I. Damn, he's good at this. I'm not Rentaro. But there are pieces of Rentaro that I really admire. And I want to emulate. I think it's great that even as they're chasing him, he's looking out for their well-being. Shizuka in particular, of course. And there's tons in this episode, from face melting the principal to bondage-ifying Kusuri in her big sexy form to getting a goddamn girl-on-girl kiss between our first two girlfriends that was genuinely hot. This has been sexy and loving and heartfelt. And communication has broken down, and we've, like, made serious mistakes that caused real-world problems that threatened all of their relationships and well-being. And we were able to overcome it. And I get it. And, like, obviously it's a story and it's silly and it's goofy, and the way that those real world mistakes were made is, like, absurdist and science fiction and fantastical in all sorts of ways in order to create this contrived story that allows Rentaro to be the best boy. And yet, in doing so, those contrived circumstances, kiss zombies, serve as an example of people who care about each other trying to express that care about each other in a way that causes a problem. And that's really real. That's really, really real. It happens like inevitably. Like inevitably. People are different, and the thing you want to convey, that you want to communicate, gets muddled in the airwaves. It gets muddled by our inability to be the same, to hear each other. By the Tower of Babel, or the Curse of Baal, you know? By the inability of one person to really hear the other. And the inability to understand exactly where somebody's coming from without effort, without the work to make those lines match. It really happens. It happened to me in a way that I don't want to get into the specifics of, but it happened to me literally last night. Out of love and fear came chaos and confusion and separation when both people involved were just trying to be closer to each other. It fucking happens. And I think that's what I needed from this episode, is to recognize that it happens and that we can choose to overcome it. That we can choose to see people for what they're trying to accomplish. And to understand, like, where that comes from, really, is another crucial part. That the actions might be nonsensical in our current context, from our perspective, but in the frame of someone else, they might make perfect sense. Like, it's ridiculous that you feel like you need to drug somebody in order for them to fall in love with you. But when drugs are the only way that you think, and we demonstrate that a bunch of times, when it's the only tool in the toolbox, that's the tool that you reach for. And you're not wrong for reaching for a hammer to drive screws if all you've ever had is a hammer. I have to think about this. But this inspires me to want to try in, I think, a better way than I wanted to try before I watched the episode. So I'm really grateful for this show and for shows like this that play with relationships and that play with things that are actually really important in a silly and lighthearted way, because it lets me grapple with them. It lets me try to incorporate and understand myself and my current circumstances. When you find yourself in a place that you've never been before, in a novel situation, and you don't really have trusted advisors around you, like people that you can go to and talk to, because I don't really have trusted advisors when it comes to relationships. My parents aren't in the picture, and if they were, I don't know that I would trust them when it comes to relationships. The people who are near me, I don't know that I trust when it comes to relationships. With, like, some very slim exceptions, who I think I would be stepping out of line to talk to seriously about things like this. So where do you turn when you don't have insights into a situation that you haven't experienced before? For me, I turn to media. Maybe that's not healthy, but it is what I have. It's the tool that's in my toolbox. So it's really fulfilling when I turn to that tool and I get something useful out of it. And I've gotten something useful out of these dumb episodes of this dumb, goofy romance show. So I'm really, really grateful for its existence. Congratulations to these beautiful characters and their lovely, strange, sexy, horror, confusing, kind of by exploratory school relationships. And their kiss-fueled zombie fervor. What a blast. Okay, I think that'll be a wrap. I'm going to go edit and render this and then turn my attention to the real world and my real relationship and see where I can apply some of this to that. Thanks for watching this week's episodes of Hyakano. I really enjoyed them, and both in a deeply fun, silly way and in a really heartfelt, sincere, thoughtful way. I got a lot out of these. I hope you did too, and I hope that me sitting here and thinking and feeling and trying to express that as we go through and watch it has been helpful for you in hearing another person go through similar things and just exploring media and what it can mean. That's all I really want to do, so thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week for more. Much love. Peace.